I laughed out loud when I read this short story, published in the January 1903 issue of the pulp magazine Ainslee's magazine. This is Obscure Book Adventures. And I am your host, Annie. And for my pulp project, more information about it in the description box below, by the way, I read the short story Before the Curtain Goes Up by Marion Ashworth. This is only a 2-page short story, so I'm not going to tell you too much about it, as I don't want to spoil it, but I found it an excellent and highly entertaining read. Like I said, it's only 2 pages, and it's not really a story with beginning, middle, and end. It's more of a situation, a funny situation. So what it about? Well, Bob gets married, but the story isn't about Bob, it is about Bob's best man. And the best man worries about all kinds of things. And for example, he worries just as much as the man who is about to get married, by the way. He worries about the creaking of his shoes. He worries about the ring. He wonders about all sorts of things, and simultaneously he fancies one of the bridesmaids. And the story contains only conversations and banter between the best man and the people whom he sits next to or who sit in front of him. And this is really funny. Marion Ashworth does an excellent job at showing the insecurities of men just before they get married. And he does this with a great feeling of humor, but without making it a farce. The story doesn't feel outdated at all. I think it's because of the dialogue construction. There are only 2 things that point to the date of the story, and that one of them is the mentioning of a dance, and the other one is mentioning of the type of dress the bridesmaid is wearing the best man fancies. So there is the mentioning of the cakewalk, which was a popular dance in 1903, and watching this dance being performed in a video on the Library of Congress YouTube channel makes the story even funnier. I can imagine it being danced on a popular ragtime tune that was popular music back in 1903, or well, back in the 1900s, early 1900s anyway. But the cakewalk dance dates back to 1876 and originated on the plantations where enslaved people danced it during religious gatherings. Well, that is one of the explanations of the origins of the dance. Another one is that it was meant to be a parody of dance by enslaved people, as a parody on the way the white plantation owners danced. Well, I don't know which one of those origins are correct. I don't think anybody knows it, but I can definitely see that being as a true thing of origin anyway. I wanted to say that the reference to the cakewalk perfectly illustrates the type of humor which is used in Before the Curtain Goes Up, but taken out of context, this would this wouldn't be a right conclusion. This would be a wrong conclusion. When you look at the dance, you might imagine Ashworth's story to be some sort of farce, but nothing could be further from the truth. Let me put the mentioning of it in context. In the story, the best man states he is going to run away when he gets married. And I quote, "No beastly march that lands you at the altar as if you were doing the cakewalk." End quote. He directly after this statement goes on and makes a pass at the bridesmaid sitting in front of him, which he fancies. Fancy being married in a point d'esprit. And this is the type of dress this bridesmaid is wearing, I thought anyway. But I'm paraphrasing a bit here, but this is what he is meaning to say. So what is a point d'esprit? I have no idea, but I found it is not a type of dress at all, what I thought in the beginning anyway. Not back in 1903 anyway. From what I'm guessing and from what I have been able to find, it's a way of making some sort of lace. And in this story, this type of lace is used for a veil, which the bridesmaid is wearing. But that's only my guess. If you know more about a point d'esprit, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I'm guessing this comes from France. So if you know more about it, just put it in the comments below. I haven't been able to find out anything about Marion Ashworth. He was probably born in 1870 and died in 1946. But that's the only thing I have been able to find out. So if you know more about him, let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching.